What is good, YouTube? UnknownProdigy back with another video. Today we are reacting to Wansi Entertainment. He does scary animations. I react to him before on this channel and on the Real Flow channel. Link in the description below. You know what I'm saying? Get us up. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's kind of, you know what I'm saying, a ghost town on this channel, but go in there and check it out. You know what I'm saying? You might find a video you'll like. You know what I'm saying? It features me and the homie Dan. You know what I'm saying? Dan Frank. You know what I'm saying? Cool, man. But need to hurry up, come from the hop on stream, you know, so catch me on stream, the bell, click the bell, you'll catch me, you know what I'm saying? So let's get straight to it, man. True horror stories, Wansi Entertainment. True story.
Hi, I'm a fan of your show. This happened to me a few years ago. I'm a guy and I was in my 30s at the time. I live in a Scandinavian country. Back then, I used to go for walks late at night.
This nigga cool as hell, ain't it?
It was a pretty safe area, or at least it used to be. But things started getting worse. More violent crime, mostly gang-related.
Where you live? There's a wanted poster on all the poles. Y'all want this nigga bad. Where y'all live, man? Oh, fuck. And it's the same guy.
Still, if you minded your own business, it wasn't usually a problem. So one night, around midnight, I was out walking. Up ahead, I saw a tall apartment building, and two men were pacing back and forth around it. I recognized the building. A retired teacher from my school lived there. She was probably in her 50s by now. It felt a little strange seeing these guys circle the place, but I didn't think too much of it. Then I noticed they were acting off. They were standing on their tiptoes, peeking through windows. One of them even picked up a stick and walked back across the yard. That's when I realized they were about to break in, and I just walked into the middle of it.
Go all the way!
They noticed me. They stopped and turned and stared directly at me. My gut told me to move, fast, so I turned left to get out of there, but the path wasn't great either. It led past a school and an open lawn, totally empty. No people, no cover. I glanced back. At first, the men walked the other way, but when I made the last turn in front of the school, I spotted them again, hiding behind a bush.
What?
Watching me, waiting. There's no way they ended up there by accident. If they weren't planning something, they wouldn't have followed me like that. At one point, I was almost home, so I did the only thing I could think of. I took my jacket off and held it up, like a decoy. Then, I ran, casually, back to my house. Nothing happened. They didn't follow me. But I know I got lucky that night.
The fuck?
If I hadn't turned left, if I'd kept walking straight into the dark, they probably would have robbed me.
You cut your fucking teacher just chilling.
Kept walking straight into the dark. They probably would have.
She set your ass up, nigga. All them times you act up in her class, nigga, she got you.
Robbed me. I still go for walks late at night sometimes, but only for 10, maybe 15 minutes. And I always stay close to the buildings, somewhere people can see me, just in case.
Matt with the incident as oh shit, Wansi, what the fuck? Nigga. No, we don't do that. No, you don't tell me that it's actually real. Like, you could just alright, Wansi.
This happened 5 years ago when I was 15 years old. I was hosting a sleepover during the winter holidays. The weather that day was rainy and thunder was clashing louder than usual. I invited 5 of my closest friends over.
That's smart.
Kai,
smart one
John,
over here.
Nick, Robin, and Marcus. We had all known each other since we were kids. Robin's uncle Blake also came over to keep an eye on us since my parents were away on vacation. They would not be back for a few days. My 2 bulldogs were with me too. Blake was a funny and easygoing guy, but he was no joke.
Shredded, ain't it?
He trained in professional martial arts and even coached MMA fighters. Everyone arrived that afternoon. I don't remember the exact time, but it was already pretty dark outside. The weather was classic winter with heavy rain and low skies. Blake ordered everyone pizza, and we decided to watch a scary movie. Honestly, It felt like the perfect night for it. The stormy weather set the mood. Halfway through the movie, the doorbell rang. We figured it was the pizza guy, and Blake went to get it. He looked through the peephole and saw the delivery man. He was about 6 foot tall and had a strange, unsettling expression. Blake said the guy gave him a bad feeling right away. He opened the door and the man handed him the pizza. There were no words, just this long, creepy smile. Blake paid and shut the door quickly. Later he told us it was one of the most awkward moments of his life. He just stood there while this guy silently grinned at him. Something about him felt wrong. Still, we brushed it off and continued watching the movie.
This nigga pizza got strings in that motherfucker, don't it?
To midnight, we all decided to sleep in the same room. It was the large guest room upstairs. Everyone brought their own sleeping bags. I slept on the bed, and so did Nick. The others set up around us on the floor. Blake stayed down.
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it, bro.
His favorite Netflix series on the couch. We stayed up talking for about 30 minutes before finally falling asleep. Then, a shrug on my shoulder. Nick was trying to wake me. His face looked worried. He whispered, "Did you hear that?" There was a knock coming from the window. At first, I thought it was thunder, but then he leaned in and said, "I think someone's trying to get in." My heart started racing. We stared at the window, frozen. The knocking stopped. Then a dark figure appeared right at the glass. They were wearing a black or gray hoodie. I could not make out the face, just a shape, a shadow, but it was close, too close. Adrenaline kicked in. I jumped out of bed and ran to the window. I locked it fast, just as the figure tried to lift it open. That was when I saw it. A crooked white tooth twisted into a vicious smile, but I still could not get a clear look at the rest of the
MMA dude should have took his ass
back
out
across the room and shook everyone awake. Then came the knocking again. Louder, meaner. He started yelling something, but the words did not make any sense. It was like my brain could not process them.
Old Thomas, your dad trying to get in the fucking door. Got locked door, nigga.
We ran straight downstairs to wake up Blake. Blake did not hesitate. He grabbed my 2 bulldogs and headed outside. We followed behind him.
Nigga, them fucking niggas was not furious, nigga. They was not feisty, nigga. They was probably scared, nigga.
Was disturbing. There was a ladder leaning against the side of the house. It was positioned right below the bedroom window. The knocking sound had been the ladder tapping against the wall as the man climbed. Blake spotted muddy footprints leading to the backyard.
No way.
He ran that way.
Cat.
That was when we saw him. The man was crouched under a garden bush trying to hide. Blake charged at him, with the dogs barking beside him. The dogs lunged and bit into the man's hoodie, and Blake punched him hard and fast.
"Call the police!"
He yelled. We did. It took them a while.
I call it cap, bro. Honestly, this not cap.
When they
this cap.
there, they arrested the man. Then came the part that still haunts me. The officers told us this was not the first time he had done something like this. And Blake, he swore it was the same guy who delivered our pizza earlier that night.
Nigga, poison y'all shit.
I have never let my guard down, and my dogs, they sleep in my room now, every single night.
It is not on shit, nigga.
Your hope gone with the breeze.
Weak ass dogs, nigga. Your dogs ain't doing shit, gang. Relax.
Hey Wanzi, my name is Becky. I'm from a country in West Africa called Ivory Coast, and I have a scary story that happened to me when I was just 6 years old. Back then, I lived in a small apartment with my parents.
Is
It was
shit
a
weird?
quiet building, and I didn't have any friends to play with. There weren't any other kids my age around. So my parents hired a babysitter to take care of me whenever they were busy. One day, I told my babysitter I wanted to play outside the building. She agreed, and we went out together. Right next to our apartment building, there was a small house, made entirely out of wood, and that's where I saw them. A group of kids playing right outside the wooden house. I got excited and asked my babysitter if I could join them. She said yes. So I
Better than me, I
ran
wanted to
over
know.
and started playing with them.
Play with them niggas.
They were a bit older than me, and I remember they were all siblings. At some point, the older girl in the group said she had to cook something. I was curious and asked, "Can I help you?" She smiled and said, "Okay." Then she told me to go pick up some small rocks, and some big rocks too. I didn't question it, I just did it. She brought out a big cooking pot and placed it over a fire, and then she began putting the rocks I collected into
Where's
the
the
pot.
babysitter at?
At first,
She let you
I
get in
was
the crib?
confused, and I asked myself, what is going on?
Like a
I was
nigga,
just
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I tried to understand and tried to blend in. She covered the pot and
Hella
waited.
like a nigga,
A few
man.
minutes later, she opened it again, and that's when I saw it. Inside the pot was rice and meat, cooked, hot, ready to eat. The same pot that was full of rocks just minutes before. I was shocked, but also amazed. I didn't understand how she had turned rocks into food. I remember thinking it had to be some kind of black magic.
Yeah.
Then she invited me to eat with her and
Fuck
her
no.
siblings, and I was so close to saying yes. I was young, and I was naive, and the food smelled really good. But right then, my babysitter, who had been sitting a bit further away,
She smelled that
noticed
shit.
what
She
was
started
going
hating.
on. She ran over and shouted, "Don't eat that food!" She grabbed my hand and pulled me away. We went straight home. She didn't even say anything on the way back. She just
You let her go in there,
scared.
fuck nigga.
Now I'm 16, and I still think about that day. What kind of magic did those children use? What would have happened if I had eaten that food? Ever since that experience, I don't like eating at other people's houses, because I've seen with my own eyes that not every meal is what it seems.
That's pretty good, ain't gonna lie. Give it up for Wansi Entertainment, man. He's always undefeated. He's like Llama Arts when it comes to animations. But let's get done with this video. I need to stream and talk to my guy Potato. Hey man, you don't work, you don't eat. If you don't work, you don't eat. Simple. 1 million on the way, man. See ya.